Alright everyone, I am just making this video here in response of my last video about the 2024 reveal, and I had some misinformation on that, so I just want to go over that. I'm going to make it short, and that is my fault, but you can see where the confusion arises. So the more I've been reading about this on the forums and on Facebook, is that the Renegade is now switched to a 4-stroke specific snowmobile. So we're just going to check that to make sure. And we're going to go to the Renegade XRS. Take a look at it, the engine, just to see. So you get the 900 Ace or the 900 Ace Turbo R. We're going to look at the Renegade X. Check the engine again. And again, 900 Ace Turbo R, 900 Ace Turbo. So you get that with that sled. So here is where the people are wrong, and where I was also wrong, where I first started off. So yes, you can get the Renegade Adrenaline with the Enduro package, which is basically the Enduro of yesteryear, with the 850 E-Tech and the 600R E-Tech. You can get this with all the range of engines without the Renegade Sport engine of the 600 Ace. So the Enduro package Renegade is basically the one they are trying to put you in, because with all the other sleds, you can only get the choice of the 900 Ace series engines. And they are saying with the Adrenaline Enduro package, you can get the 850 and the 600R in this snowmobile specifically, starting at $15,699 for the 900 Ace engine. So that's where I messed up a little bit, but I want to backtrack and show you where I really screwed up. And after I made the video, I toyed through this a little bit more, and I wanted to make it right. But anyway, you can see I really don't talk about a lot of these other sleds, because I am mainly interested in the Renegade and the Backcountry. Those are my two type of snowmobiles that I like the most. And we're going to move on to the MXZ. So here's where I messed up, and this is where I really screwed up. And a lot of people were saying that you can't buy the Renegade with a two-stroke anymore, which is a complete, basically a mess up on everybody else's part, because you can buy them with the 600 and the 850 engine. Just in the Enduro package alone, that is all you can option them out for. So here's where I went wrong. I thought to get a XRS, you could of course get the 600 E-Tech and the 850 on the 137-inch track. You get the ripsaw, and of course it doesn't show you what track size you can get, but it is 137. So here is where I basically screwed up at 137-inch track. I thought that the XRS was only available, the only MXZ available in the 137-inch track. But if we move down here to the MXZ Adrenaline with the choice of the 850 and the 600, and this is where also people are saying you can get only two strokes with MXZs now, just for speed or whatever. So now with the 850 and the 600, you can get the MXZ Adrenaline, their base model, in a 137. So this is where I screwed up. But you can understand my screw up, and you can understand why people don't look into this because nobody is used to an MXZ with a 137-inch track. People, for the most part, are just starting to get used to the 129-inch track. So it's something to get used to, and I can understand why people are saying that now the Renegades are going away from the two-stroke engine and don't offer it anymore when they don't look into the, for whatever reason, the Enduro offers the 600 and the 850 for, again, whatever reason. I don't know why. But people don't look into that very well. And I didn't look into it with the MXZ because I've never thought of the MXZ as a 137-inch track. It's only a few years ago it was a 121. So it's definitely interesting, and it's something that I never thought of. So now we are going to go to the customization. And this is where I also messed up, because in a Renegade with the adrenaline package for a 600R, it costs $16,000 and change, basically. We don't need to build it. So we're going to go with the 600 E-Tech, and now we're going to go with the 137-inch track. So just this base model is $13,249. So that is a better proposition, although still very expensive, more expensive than last year's Renegade with the 600 E-Tech and in the Renegade Adrenaline, in the Adrenaline form. It still gives those people out there, basically the Renegade, just renamed to the MXZ, is essentially what I got out of that and what I understood. So we are going to go back and change the model, save and exit. And now we are going to try this again with the MXZ. And again, you could see that they're pairing this MX. See, the Blizzard used to be its own standalone trim, and now it's a package. Very similar to the Enduro package. And it starts at $14,699. And you can see a lot of these sleds here, all of these actually are two-stroke sleds. So they're not putting four-strokes in MXZs anymore, which is a bummer. So the MXZ Adrenaline with the Blizzard package is essentially what the Renegade is. The Renegade Enduro, but just packaged to the MXZ. So really what they're trying to do is get people to go to the MXZ with that 137-inch track to go to two strokes. And I mean, basically it's the same sled. It's just rebranded to an MXZ, which can confuse a lot of people since this Renegade has been around for so dang long. And now if you look at the backcountry, they are really starting to switch this. You know, on the Renegade, the backcountry used to be a model, actually, a standalone, just an option. But now they really are going to switching up this backcountry away from the Renegade and making it more like a free ride or a summit. And it's truly a 50-50 crossover sled. But again, with the backcountry Adrenaline, the base model, essentially, you can get the 600 or the 850. Again, with the backcountry X, pretty steep price incline there. You can get the 850 only. And with the XRS, again, this is the 850. No 850 turbo, though. Just the 850. So the backcountry Adrenaline, you can get the 600R. And this is an EFI, but I see that one other thing I have noticed is that they are going away more and more from these four-stroke engines. You have the MXZ, which has no four-stroke. You have the Renegade, which does have four-stroke. Backcountry, no four-stroke. Expedition does have the four-stroke. but namely, they're starting to go away from that 900 Ace. So if we look at the Expedition Extreme, that's more of a trail sled than anything. You can get the 850 or the 900 Ace Turbo R. If you look at the Expedition LE, you can get the 900 Ace, which is still good, the 600 RE Tech, and any of the plethora of other 900 Ace engines. And that goes for the SE and the Expedition Sport. You just get a choice of the 900 Ace, the 600 Ace, or the Rotax 600 EFI. But a lot of these models here are kind of starting to go away from that 900 Ace and going to that 900 Ace Turbo, essentially. But the Expedition is a great model as well. So that's basically all I have right now. You can see how I got confused. So yes, you can buy basically a Renegade for a little over $13,000 on the MXZ Adrenaline build for whatever reason. That's just how Ski-Doo packaged it this year. And it's very confusing. I hope they go back to basically making the Renegade a 2- and 4-stroke sled. I drive 4-stroke, so it's not a huge deal for me. But just for the branding and the purpose of the snowmobile, they should really try to make it easier for the consumer instead of making it harder for the consumer, paying more, driving people to Polaris, which we don't want, and losing your brand identity. That's what they're doing. They're losing their brand identity. It's just pissing me off. It's very upsetting. It's not a good business move. And this is it. So built for the winter adventure with longer tracks for more grip and added comfort, paired with several Rotax engine options, there's a Renegade for every trail rider. They messed up there. With race-inspired cues, MXZ sleds deliver motocross-like handling and agility with advanced innovations in both ride quality and exhilarating Rotax power. So you could essentially put this on that too if you're getting that 137-inch track. It makes no sense. It's just, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. That's all I have to say. And then this right here, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. So those are just my thoughts, some rebuttal to the last video I did so I don't sound like a complete idiot. And hopefully this helps you guys as you choose your snowmobiles. If it was me, I would be buying the Renegade. As you guys know, I have a 2012 Renegade 600 HO E-Tech. And I have a 2017 Renegade with the 1200 4-Tech engine, both on the Adrenaline package. You know, if it was me, I would, of course, be buying the Renegade Adrenaline with the 900 Ace engine. I love my 1200, but it has a ton of power. It's very similar to the 800 I had, and I would be totally fine with the 900 Ace.